Broadcasting to the universe.
From the top of Mount Wack.
Live with no pants.
Here's Zach Dawack.
Greetings, red-blooded, verified Earth people, and those with no check mark. It's me, the always dapper podcast babbler, your daddy-o block from the radio, and the monkey on the mic, here running that semi-professionally trained tongue of mine. I am Zachary Ernesto Wackalina III, but you can call me Zach Dawack. Good morning, beautiful people. How you doing? Welcome to those of you this morning from Loomis, California, to Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania, Corbin, Kentucky, to Catalina Foothills, Arizona, and all around the world. This is the often secluded, never diluted, always wacky, never tacky, hot-rockin', flame-throwing Dawack in the morning show. Live from the low-rent, sleazy, and measly Ramin' Jammin' Nut Hut Studios at the Dawack Shack Broadcast Megaplex at Peachtree Industrial on the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia, here in FEMA Region Number 4. Always live at a Studio C today. Last time I checked, it's Friday, April 24th, 2026. We got this day in history, this day in music, fun facts, the horrible scope, stupid news, and the celebrity birthday list.
Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Oh, work sucks.
Taking a look at the holidays for today, it is National Pigs in a Blanket Day. A beautiful holiday for the snack that says, I came to the party, I brought nothing useful, and I'll still be the first thing gone. Tiny hot dogs wrapped in dough, because America looked at restraint and said, nah, make it cuter and saltier. It is National Arbor Day, the day we celebrate trees for spending their entire lives standing still, giving us oxygen and somehow being more productive than half of the people in group chats. Go hug a tree today, or at least stop parking on its roots like a jerk. It's National Skipping Day, a day to skip around like you've either found true joy or finally snapped in public. Nothing says confidence like moving down the street in a way last seen in children's cartoons and people avoiding responsibility. It is National Teach Children to Save Day. This one is all about teaching kids how to save money, which is adorable because most adults are still out here pretending their budgeting plan is hope. It's never too early to learn that buying junk online at 2 a.m. is not a retirement strategy. It's World Day for Laboratory Animals, a more serious observance today, raising awareness around animals used in research. So while we clown around on this show, this one is worth a respectful nod. It's Fashion Revolution Day. This day is tied to the push for more transparency and ethics in fashion born after the Rana Plaza tragedy. So yes, today is also a good reminder that cute outfit and how was it made should maybe know each other a little better. And finally, it's Scream Day, a holiday for modern life, basically. If work has been stupid, traffic has been stupid, people have been stupid, and your patience is hanging on by dental floss. Apparently, today is your day. Just maybe don't do it in a bank lobby. Those are your April 24th holidays: pigs in a blanket, trees, skipping, saving money, fashion ethics, and screaming into the void. In other words, finally, a holiday lineup that really understands America. Now, skipping over to the birthday list. Dawack in the Morning friend Sherry Friedman celebrates her birthday. Jack Quaid turns 34 today. A reminder that time is rude because some of us still think of him as the young guy while he's out here fully adulting in HD. Joe Keery is also 34. Cool hair, cool vibe, and the kind of retro charisma that makes people forgive him for being younger than they expected. Kelly Clarkson turns 44. Still out here singing her face off and making it seem rude how easy she makes it look. Some people warm up. She just shows up and donates vocals. Thad Luckenbill turns 50, a name that sounds less like an actor and more like a guy who definitely owns a ranch, 3 trucks, and a warning label. Baseball's Carlos Beltran turns 53. Melinda Clark is 57, one of those performers who can give off elegance, menace, and don't test me energy all at once. Cedric the Entertainer turns 62. One of those few people whose stage name sounds cocky until you realize, no, actually, he earned it. Former Chicago Mayor Richard Daley turns 84, the political heavyweight, and one of those names that sounds like it should come with City Hall keys and a permanent scowl. The legendary Barbra Streisand turns 84 today, singer, actress, icon, the kind of legend where even her side eye probably has better range than most people's full careers. And Shirley MacLaine turns 92 years young today. She has lived such a long, fascinating, reincarnation-adjacent life that just reading her resume feels like falling into a mystical hardcover book. There you go. Those are your April 24th birthdays. From Barbara to Shirley, from Cedric to Kelly. Happy birthday to them all from Dawack in the morning.
Happy birthday!
And today we remember author Daniel Defoe, who died on April 24th, 1731. The man gave the world Robinson Crusoe, which means he basically helped invent the guy stranded somewhere having a very rough time genre, centuries before reality TV even existed. Author Lucy Maud Montgomery, best known for Anne of Green Gables, passed away on this day in 1942. She created one of literature's best beloved characters, which is a lot more impressive than most of us managing to create one decent grocery list. Legendary singer and actor Bing Crosby passed away on this day in 1977, one of the great voices of the 20th century, the kind of smooth that makes modern people sound like they're yelling through a blender. And son of actor Marlon Brando Jr. passed away on this day in 2008. The Brando name has been part of Hollywood history for generations, and even the side branches come with serious headline gravity. Former NFL player and U.S. Army Ranger Pat Tillman passed away in 2004, a heavy one, and a reminder that some names carry meaning far beyond sports highlights or headlines. All right, there you go. Now let's look in on this day in history.
It happened on this day as if you cared.
On April 24th, 1800, President John Adams approved legislation creating the Library of Congress. So basically, America looked around and said, we are going to need a really big room for all this paperwork, arguing, and reading. In 1915, the Armenian Genocide begins. On April 24th, 1915, Ottoman authorities arrested Armenian intellectuals and community leaders in Constantinople, a date widely recognized as the beginning of the Armenian Genocide. This one is no joke, just one of history's darkest reminders of how quickly cruelty can become catastrophe. In 1953, Winston Churchill is knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. Churchill was knighted on this day in 1953. That means one of the 20th century's most famous leaders officially got the sword on the shoulder treatment, which feels right for a guy whose historical vibe was already permanently set to epic speech incoming. On this date in 1990, the Hubble Space Telescope was launched aboard Space Shuttle Discovery. Humanity really said, let's put a giant eye in space and see what's going on out there. And somehow that became one of the smartest ideas we've ever had. On April 24th, 2005, Pope Benedict XVI was formally inaugurated in Vatican City, a major day for the Catholic Church, and also the kind of event where every hat, robe, and ancient tradition shows up looking like it costs serious money. The Rana Plaza building collapse happened on April 24th, 2013, killing more than 1,100 people and injuring many more. It became one of the deadliest industrial disasters in history and changed the conversation around garment factory safety worldwide. There you go, that's this day in history. Moving on to this day in music. In 1961, Bob Dylan made his recording debut in New York. Dylan played harmonics on Harry Belafonte's recording of Midnight Special in New York City. So before he was Bob Dylan, the legend, he was already sneaking into music history like, don't mind me, I'll just become one of the most important songwriters ever. On this date in 1976, Paul McCartney and the Wings started a 5-week run at number 1 on the U.S. charts with Silly Love Songs. That's Paul basically responding to critics by saying, oh, you think I write too many love songs? Cool, here's another one. And now it's number 1. Petty, melodic, and iconic. Tom Petty's solo album, Full Moon Fever, was released on April 24th, 1989. That record gave us songs like Free Fallin' and Runnin' Down a Dream, which means April 24th helped soundtrack millions of highway drives, breakups, and air drumming incidents. Kelly Clarkson released My December on April 24th, 2007. One of those albums where the artist clearly showed up and said, "No, I'm doing it my way now," which is always fun right up until the label starts sweating through its shirt. On April 24th, 2012, the Beach Boys released That's Why God Made the Radio, the title track from their reunion album. Nothing says classic American pop like harmonies so warm they sound like sunshine learned how to sing. In 2015, Bruce Springsteen's The River Tour announcement turned heads. Springsteen news tied to April 24th in later years helped keep one truth alive. Americans will always show up for the boss like it's both a concert and a civic duty. All right, and let's see what movies and TV had going on this day. On April 24th, 1967, Soviet cosmonaut Vladimir Komarov died when Soyuz 1 crashed during re-entry. Not a movie or TV premiere, but absolutely the kind of dramatic real-life event that had the whole world watching like the most terrifying space broadcast imaginable. No jokes at this one, just a heavy piece of history that played out in front of a global audience. By late April 1977, the groundbreaking miniseries Roots was dominating national conversation after its ABC run. It became one of the most watched television events in U.S. history and changed what TV could do when it decided to be more than background music. In 1981, Friday the 13th Part 2 opened in theaters, so if you ever wanted proof that America will absolutely pay money to watch camp counselors make terrible decisions in the woods, here you go. On April 24th, 1985, The Cosby Show was deep into its massive run as one of America's biggest TV hits. In terms of cultural footprint, it was huge at the time. A reminder that television history often gets complicated later, even when the ratings back then were simple and enormous. On April 24th, 2015, Ex Machina went wider in U.S. theaters after its limited release. A sleek, creepy-like sci-fi brain-bender that basically asked, what if artificial intelligence were smarter than you and also had better eye contact? In 2019, Avengers Endgame begins its giant rollout. This was not just a movie opening, it was a pop culture traffic jam with capes. All right, checking in on news from the past few days. According to World Population Review, Detroit, Michigan is considered the poorest city in the United States. Yet Detroit is so broke that 99-cent stores have been accused of price gouging. In February, Amazon surpassed Walmart as the world's largest company by revenue. But don't worry, Walmart still has the largest customers. Former Google executive Matt Britton has been confirmed as the BBC's new Director General. We'd like to tell you more, but we're waiting for an update. The movie industry is buzzing about the premiere of the Michael Jackson biopic out today. His career was like no other. Michael started out as a black superstar who delighted white audiences and turned himself into a white superstar who delighted black audiences. Tom Cruise agreed to star in a Top Gun 3 film sequel on the condition he again gets to do all his own stunts. In a Mission Impossible movie, Cruise hung onto the wings of an airliner as it took off. It inspired thousands of Iranians to convert to Scientology, hoping they can do the same thing. National Geographic reports marine biologists examined sharks in the Caribbean and found them all testing positive for cocaine. Yes, from all the drug boats the Navy destroyed last year. Disney just announced their next underwater sea adventure movie will be titled Finding Kilo. Bobby Kennedy bio says he cut off the penis of a dead raccoon he found on the road during a vacation so he could research it. It's part of his war on Pfizer. If raccoon penis provided an instant cure for erectile dysfunction, men would cancel their Viagra prescriptions and eat them like potato chips. Live Nation Ticketmaster was found to be guilty in federal court of engaging in monopolistic practices and price gouging in their concert ticket sales. They sounded contrite. The ticket brokers announced they deeply regret their actions and to apologize, they'd be adding a $15 "we're sorry" fee. Madonna is offering a reward after a few of her costumes recently went missing. The music icon joined Sabrina Carpenter on stage at Coachella in a lavender outfit from her personal archives. Later, she announced on Instagram that the pieces she wore had disappeared. Yeah, no description of the thief, but they're probably wearing thick rubber gloves. Walt Disney World is raising ticket prices again. The Florida theme park rolled out its pricing through October 2027, and the most expensive one-day ticket will cost $219 a person on President's Day weekend. Right now, Disney adults are crying like Disney kids. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman thinks Hollywood will double down on humans in movies. He told Variety that the growth of AI will make audiences more eager to see real people making films. What is he talking about? Hollywood doesn't even have real body parts. The first round of the NBA playoffs continues. Also in the first round, Steph Curry at the TPC Harding Golf Club in San Francisco. President Trump marked the day after tax day with a speech in Las Vegas. He said, citizens who cheat on their taxes just disgust me. Yeah, this is not the world I want to raise my 99 dependents in. The UN General Assembly engaged in a heated debate over the ongoing conflict in the Middle East last Friday as the war of words escalated. Negotiations offer hope to prevent further shedding of blood. The other night, Iran sent peacekeepers to negotiate a ceasefire in the war between Trump and the Pope. An executive order has been signed by speeding up federal review of psychedelic drugs that are helping combat PTSD and sufferers from depression. I've heard the same bug spray can be ingested by people to get a psychedelic high. Yeah, Grasshopper told me about it. Well, Uber can pick you up, deliver your food, and now even return your unwanted purchases. The rideshare company has introduced a new feature on the Uber Eats app that lets customers return unwanted retail purchases without leaving home. Users can schedule a courier to pick up eligible items worth $20 or more from retailers like Best Buy, Dick's, and Petco, with instant refunds issued once the item is collected. Things are handled directly in the app, eliminating the need for packaging, labels, or store visits. Man, impulse buying just got dangerously efficient. If nature calls while you're on the road, a new wave of electric vehicles might soon have you covered. Literally. Chinese automaker Series has received a patent for an in-car toilet. Yes, you heard that right. It's designed to slide out from under a passenger seat for use during long trips, camping, or traffic jams. The system can be activated by buttons or voice command and include odor control, ventilation, and waste storage features. When not in use, it stays hidden to save space. While still unconfirmed for production, the in-car toilet highlights how far smart car innovation has come. I guess that's the feature for people who are afraid of gas stations and not because of the price. A biotech company says it's developing a drug to slow biological aging in senior dogs and extend their healthy years. Loyal says its beef-flavored LOI-002 pills target a hormone linked to faster aging in adult dogs, especially in larger breeds with shorter lifespans. Unlike human anti-aging treatments, veterinary drugs face fewer regulatory hurdles, speeding development. LOI-002 has already cleared key safety reviews with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, with one major trial still underway. If successful, it could become the first approved longevity drug and be available next year. Yeah, that's great. My dog's hearing this and saying, yeah, I could do another 10 years of chaos. AI just might be able to detect diseases before symptoms even start. Before illnesses even show up, the body often gives off subtle warning signals. Molecular systems become unstable and start behaving unpredictably. These early signs are often missed because medicine relies on static snapshots. But new research suggests AI can track these changes in real time, spotting disease before symptoms appear. AI has already showed promise in predicting conditions like infections, cancer, and diabetes with high accuracy. Experts say AI should augment rather than replace clinical expertise with the goal of giving doctors a reliable early warning system, which of course can be nullified by the fact that it takes 3 months to get an appointment. Well, after more than 60 years, Nutella has launched the first ever new flavor, Nutella Peanut. The new spread blends its signature hazelnut cocoa base with roasted peanut flavor, creating a nostalgic twist on a classic combo. Parent company Ferrero teased the idea in 2025, sparking months of online buzz. The new flavor follows a viral moment when Nutella appeared in zero gravity during the Artemis II moon mission. Now available in the US, the product comes in the brand's familiar jar with a peanut-colored label, and early fan reactions have been overwhelmingly enthusiastic. I'm honestly shocked it took some genius 60 years to think of this combo. And Skippy is sitting there like, fine, I'll just fire up the chocolate and hazelnut collab. Here are some surprising food product ingredients that you're probably eating but didn't know about it until now. Cockroaches in coffee. That's right. Some coffee beans become infested before processing, and small insect fragments may remain. Quality control removes most, but not always everything. Wow, yeah, well, let's hope the old saying, you are what you eat, isn't true. Next is parasitic worms in fish. That's right, fish can contain dead parasites even after cleaning. Freezing or proper cooking kills them, making the fish safe to eat. Or so they say. All right, and then there's minerals, like rocks, in your tofu. Additives like calcium carbonate, this is chalk, and silicone dioxide, which is sand-derived, are used for texture and stability in tofu and other food and products like bread and toothpaste. They're generally considered safe, but sound alarming and crunchy. And there's also wood in ice cream. Cellulose from wood pulp is used as a thickener or stabilizer. It helps texture, but large amounts may affect gut bacteria. Yeah, not near as much as the large amounts of chocolate sauce I put on there. There seems to be laxative ingredients in plant-based meats. Methylcellulose helps mimic meat texture and juiciness. It also acts as a laxative, especially in higher quantities. Should we really give it well, never mind. Wax coatings on fruits. Fruits like apples and bananas may be coated with wax, sometimes from insects or plants, to preserve freshness. These coatings can trap dirt or chemicals. And there's arsenic in rice. Rice can absorb arsenic from soil and water more than other crops. Levels are monitored, but regular consumption raises concerns. Excuse me, did you say arsenic in my rice? Yeah, suddenly my clean eating has a village in origin story.
Don't be a dickhead. Don't be a dickhead. In the morning, ZachDawack.com.
Moving on, here's a Dawack Did You Know? Students who have strong relationships with teachers benefit with better health later in life. Korean researchers tracking nearly 20,000 students in the U.S. found that teens who felt supported by their teachers were more likely to have better mental and physical health as adults. While friendships matter, the teacher connection stood out, even when family background was considered. Experts say positive teacher support can reduce stress and create lasting benefits. They suggest schools should focus more on helping teachers build meaningful, supportive relationships with their students. Yeah, the only meaningful, supportive relationship I had with a teacher is when she rounded my 49 to a 50 and saved my GPA. And apparently my blood pressure. All right, here's today's whack facts. Roughly 33% of cats are not affected by catnip. It takes a drop of water 90 days to travel the entire 2,340 miles of the Mississippi River. Racehorses can wear out new horseshoes in one race. According to hotel industry data, men generally leave their hotel rooms cleaner than women do. The average yawn lasts 6 seconds. In the Middle Ages, having ants in the house was a sign of good luck. There you go. Those are your random facts. All right, I found this on the interweb somewhere. It's low bar inspirational quotes. When one door opens, that's a sign. When life hands you lemons, feed them to kids and enjoy the laugh. The cheapest things in life are free. Just do your okayest. If you can dream it, keep dreaming. And the last one here, there is no try, so don't.
We gotta wrap this program to bring you something really, really, really stupid.
All right, here we go. It's stupid news time. Tennessee got hit with a traffic jam made entirely of bees. A truck hauling about 1 million bees crashed on a highway ramp near Knoxville, and officials basically told people, please remain in your vehicle unless you are somehow dressed like a professional beekeeper. So congratulations to Tennessee for becoming the first state to issue a warning that sounded like a rejected line from Bee Movie 2. China held a half marathon with humans and humanoid robots. Yep. Actual people lined up next to humanoid robots for a half marathon in Beijing. Nothing says the future is here like getting passed by a machine that looks like it still needs Wi-Fi and emotional support. The good news, it's inspiring. The bad news, even robots are in better shape than us now. Two maniacs drove a three-wheeled car 14,000 miles to South Africa. Two adventurers took a decades-old British three-wheeler called Sheila from the UK to the southern tip of Africa and claimed a bizarre distance record. Because apparently flying is too normal and driving a car that looks like it lost arguments with potholes is now a bucket list item. Next up, a hot air balloon just dropped into somebody's California backyard. A balloon carrying 13 people made a safe landing in someone's backyard, surprising a homeowner who was just trying to have a normal day. Imagine minding your business, looking outside, and suddenly your lawn has become a Groupon adventure package. Well, 420 brought long lines at cannabis stores. April 20th did what April 20th always does, sent people to cannabis shops in big numbers to celebrate marijuana's unofficial holiday. So while some folks spent the day being productive, others stood in line like it was Black Friday for snacks, laughter, and forgetting why they walked into the kitchen. There you go, proof that the world is still fully committed to being ridiculous. Bees on the highway, robots on the track, and balloons in the backyard. You can't make this stuff up, but apparently the news can. And that is stupid news.
Whether you're rich or parking cars, your fate is written in the stars. You don't want to look like a dope, so please listen close for your horoscope.
All right, here we go. Here are your world-famous, highly outrageous, never-ever contagious Dawack in the Morning horrible scopes for Friday, April 24th, 2026. If today is your birthday, you are a Taurus. You want snacks, peace, comfort, and no surprises. So naturally, life will send you confusion, noise, and at least one idiot with a follow-up question. You are one missing dipping sauce away from looking at a grown adult dead in the eyes and saying, don't make me become a story.
What a zany guy.
Gemini, your brain is doing donuts in an empty parking lot today. You will talk too much, reveal too much, and then act shocked when chaos starts growing legs around you. You are not the victim of drama today. You are the intern accidentally feeding it after midnight.
My worst fear had come true.
Cancer Moonchild, your emotions are dressed for the Oscars and ready to make a speech over absolutely nothing. Somebody will say one weird thing and you'll spend the next 4 hours emotionally furnishing a cabin in the woods where you can recover from their tone. You are not dramatic. You are cinematically fragile.
I believe I might be of service.
Leo, you came to be seen, adored, and maybe photographed from your good side. If the spotlight isn't on you by noon, you may create an event, a conflict, or an outfit just to force the issue. Somewhere today, somebody will call you a lot. They are correct. They should say it with respect.
It's too late.
Virgo, you are 2 sloppy emails away from building a command center and assigning people color-coded tasks against their will. The level of incompetence around you today is making your eye twitch like a Morse code distress signal. Do not volunteer to fix anything. You'll do it anyway, but try not to announce that you hate everybody while doing it.
I'm going to help you.
Libra, you want peace, but you keep wandering into drama like a beautifully dressed raccoon near an open garbage can. Today you will smile through nonsense, pretend to stay neutral, and absolutely go home and give the most detailed recap in human history. You are not above the mess, you are accessorizing it.
I'm having fun.
Scorpio, your energy today is locked door, dim lighting, I know what you did energy. Somebody is going to play with you and immediately realize they bought tickets to the wrong show. You won't yell, you won't flinch. You'll just become so calm and specific that everybody near you starts checking their conscience.
I'm going to tell you what I think.
Invitation away from disappearing into a bad idea, wearing sunglasses, and zero accountability. The weekend is calling, responsibility is boring, and your inner voice is basically a shirtless guy lighting fireworks behind a gas station. Great story potential, terrible planning.
I had envisioned him to be an ill-mannered and psychologically unstable man with an extremely uneducated and barbaric frame of mind.
Capricorn, you are carrying the week like an exhausted executive raccoon in a blazer. Everybody else is loafing, glitching, and asking you questions they should have solved with one functioning brain cell and a search bar. You will be productive, annoyed, and just condescending enough to keep standards alive.
Do you really want to jump? Do you want to? Well, then that's fine with me. Come on.
Aquarius. Today you will say something so weird and so accidentally brilliant that people won't know whether to write it down or check your basement. Your thoughts are running on advanced software nobody else has installed. Stay strange. Normal is doing terribly right now.
Excellent.
Pisces, your body may be at work, but your soul is in a slow-motion revenge montage with perfect eyeliner and ocean wind. Someone will try to explain logistics to you, and your brain will politely exit through a side door while soft music plays. You are not lazy today. You are spiritually unavailable.
Courageous, relentless, obnoxious.
And finally, Aries. You are entering this day like a bootleg action hero with no permit and too much confidence. By 10 a.m., you will either motivate the room or become the reason someone says, "Can we talk outside for a second?" Your gift today is intensity. Your curse is using it on nonsense.
Ay, caramba!
Those are your one and only no baloney, extra large and turbocharged horrible scopes for Friday, April 24th, 2026, where the stars are unstable. The vibes are reckless, and everybody's one text away from becoming a cautionary tale of Dawack in the morning. Remember, folks,
Don't leave home without 'em.
all right, and that's another show for you. You've been listening to the Always First, Never Last podcast with me, your doomsday host, the incredible, edible Mr. Zach Wackalina. Please connect with me at ZachDawack.com. That's ZACKDAWACK.com, or call 984-DAWACK1. That's 984-329-2251. Like the show, follow me, or subscribe. It's free, and share the show with your people, please. Thank you to all the awesome wackos, weirdos, reverts, preverts, dingbats, and jelloheads anonymous for listening. It surely means a lot. I'm out of here like Vladimir. Until next time. And there will be a next time. Don't forget me. I won't forget you. I am Zach Dawack saying, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Grits ain't groceries. Eggs ain't poultry. And Mona Lisa was a man. Unless I'm sicker than a dog, I will be back Monday. We'll see you then. Same whack time. Same whack channel. Whack out.
Bye, buckaroos.
Copyright 2026.